Place Forbidden. Start with the prologue that's here under the extras, unless the Library of Ouroboros, finally here. It's almost anticlimactic to stand so easily within its walls after all these years. If the rumors are true, the library contains knowledge beyond anything one might hope to find on Earth. Words of power, occult learnings, enough to transcend death, will be mine. All of it. Just need to know where to look. Clink clonk, clink clonk. That's locked. Why would I leave? I only just arrived. Well, that's a good question. I mean, it's one of the first things. Books on philosophy, history, and some stray encyclopedias. Not useful. A few volumes stand out on math and physics, but the rest are from more obscure wings of science. Interesting, but not what I'm looking for. Mostly horror novels, science fiction and fantasy, and a few stray romantic novels. Biographies, I've heard none of them. Almanacs. Transcript. I've been having these nightmares, Doctor. I'm alone, but I don't feel alone, not like I should. Rather, there's no one with me. But that's not to say there's nothing around. It's difficult to explain, but is an uncomfortable feeling. Something drones low in the background all the while. I can hear snatches of whisper, but only just barely. Like something is conversating with me just out of range of my hearing, just as something is watching me just out of my sight range. Everything's too still. Everything is too still. It's wrong. I don't remember how I got there, and I can't figure out how to leave. Everything is all hallways upon hallways, shelves of books that look like they've never been opened. Almost all of them are still, and yet I get a feeling like I mustn't open any of them. Whatever I do, there's a pull towards them, of course. The sense that I will learn more than I ever hoped to on Earth. But there's a danger, a vague, creeping danger. The feeling that something is very, very interested in every move I make. Who or what it might be, I don't know. I don't know if it wants to bring me in or if it wants me to leave. How does it end? Well, as I mentioned, there's no real way to escape. Every place I go leads to more rooms. But eventually, after a time, I don't really hear them. So much as feel them. Look no further. Look no further. Look no further. And then I wake, and every time I feel further from this world. To be honest, Doctor, I hope it's all in my imagination. I hope I'm afflicted with some kind of mania, because a place like this can't exist, shouldn't exist. And if it does, then I can only hope that no one else would be so unfortunate as to visit it. Yeah. Let's see, we got a lot of raiding going on. Alright, read this one first. Minister's Doom, Act 3, Scene 2. Bernice enters, followed closely by the librarian. Bernice is breathless, looking both exasperated and slightly excited. The librarian's expression is unreadable as per usual. But my husband will find out about us. He won't stay out forever. I wouldn't be so sure, my dear. We shall retire to the living room if we're to speak of such unpleasantness as your husband. Burnet's face grabs suddenly into a grin. She grabs the librarian's hand, taking him onto the couch beside her. Fine then. If you'll to stay, I want to hear some of those secrets you keep telling me about. Can't play me for a fool forever. I would never claim to do such a thing, my dear. Would you care to hear how I can stop a human heart with but a word? Goodness, that sounds dangerous. It most certainly is. I wish to hear it. Then of course you shall. He leans in close to B. I'm just gonna call her B from this point forward, no matter how much longer this is, because I'm tired of trying to pronounce that name. Closes her eyes, as if expecting a kiss, but the librarian leans past her, whispering something in her ear. B's eyes open wide. She gives a single jerk, a struggled groan, and goes limp, sliding off the couch. Too curious for her own good. He stands reaching in one of his pockets to withdraw a single black case containing B's wedding ring, taking a cursor's look around the living room. The librarian eventually focuses on a single point on the opposite side. The librarian crosses the floor, leaves his item, and turns to leave. As he does so, the scene darkens, leaving only a single spotlight to illuminate the stage. It is fixed on a small black case, which the librarian has decided to leave sitting on top of the minister's writing desk. Interesting. This one. Partial history of the library. Library of Ouroboros wasn't so much built as it simply came to be. That much have we been able to glean from the early murky tales about a certain endless structure rich in occult knowledge. The first tale was penned by an unnamed Celtic mystic who compiled a variety of accounts from travelers complaining of strange dreams. Many of these travelers' accounts of the place were the same endless hallways of strange materials, magic devices that seemed to give off light or sounds without any visible source, but rarely were there many tangible details aside from the characteristics and the font of knowledge ringing the walls of the place. This, of course, changed in approximately 670 when the mystic was visited by a lone woman. She was reportedly wild-eyed, half-mad, and complaining of dreams much the same as her fellows. But she claimed that these dreams became reality briefly, and that she at one point even visited that bleak place. She claimed to run into a dark anthropomorphous figure with a score of glowing red eyes. This figure apparently spoke to her, promising her black knowledge should she only pledge herself to it. Though the mystic asked how this woman escaped such a place, the woman gave him no explanation, and in fact she spoke no further, withdrawing from the mystic's hut to begin her traveling anew. She was never seen or heard from again. Sounds like she took the deal. This testimony is hardly a concrete example of the library's existence, but it certainly makes one wonder if tales like this could exist from the earliest days of modern man. What other truths could lie buried deep in the past, should one be willing to tunnel through the cobwebs of years to reach the ancient tales hidden beneath? On the Founder. Okay, this one's the shortest. They came to the domain, a bleak canvas in the cosmos from place unknown and old as time. They've existed longer than man, longer than the sentient stones of Ur, longer than the cosmic force that runs through all things. They have always been. They saw the ruin that coursed through the universe, their constant in and out flux of entropy, and with entropy went items of worth, and it was that worth that they sought to salvage. Not items, or not things, ideas. Thoughts, power, intangible. Through the years they reached for their power were immense. Through the years they reached for their powers were immense. Through eons they snatched up secrets, dark and light, but it wasn't long before it all became too much, even for those ancient. The remaining pages have been torn out of this book. In their place is a single piece of lined paper with an untidy scrawl standing upon its red ink. The key to go further could have been deciphered from the last word in each of these books, but I tore them out. Couldn't let anyone else go any deeper. Sorry, but trust me, it's better this way. As you close the book, you make out a single word, scratched, not written, into the inner cover. Your predecessor must have missed it, or else it was made after the note was placed. Telephone. Beneath the desk. Oh. Welcome message. From all our staff, welcome. We're glad you're here. We're sure you're aware the Library of Ouroboros is located in a picturesque part of Britain, up atop a grassy knot east of Sexton. Most rural townships, obviously berate of their own library, refer their villagers to the library. It's beloved by all. We hope you find your time perusing our vast storage of literature, non-fiction, fiction, occult knowledge, cursed knowledge, words to melt the eyes of anyone who reads them, psalms of murder and otherwise. You certainly have time enough, Bernard. You certainly have time enough. He. This door is unmovable. I can only imagine what strange occult secrets lie beyond its vanished surface. Alright, enough reading. Please. That book mentioned my name. Coincidence? Nothing more. Besides, it was mistaken. The library wasn't in England. I found it in a German city of Oldenburg, squared away behind an ancient church. A small, unassuming front, as if by looking so plain it might hide from the rest of the world. Swear to God, if I have to keep doing more reading. Swear to God. You're an avid reader, aren't you, Bernard? You can't read those books, but don't fret. They pave your way to new knowledge. If you're stuck, think of yourself like a Oliver or a librarian. That has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? The case towards the window seems as good as any... The case towards the windows seems as good a place as any to start. Case towards the window is a good place to start. Frigid scene. There was no fog outside earlier. Locked as well. Damn. Okay, I do have a flashlight. Gotta be something. Four, 3, 6, 4. Yeah. So there's 4, there's 6 here. There's 1, 2, 3. There's 4, 6, 5. 4, 6, 5, 3. 4, 6, 5, 3. Finally, here's hoping that's the last of the locks. Give yourself a librarian and the case towards the windows to start, so you count as many books. Hello? I would like your knowledge. Yeah, I kind of figured that out. Never felt threatened by a chair before. Oh, that doesn't look... Oh, well. Killed the plant. Oh, hello. Anything in that one? Doesn't look like it. Anything in this one? That one. This one. This one. This one, this one, this one. This one has a plant in it. Anything on these three? Nope. Seems like someone tried to board off this room. I can't remove the nail with my hands. Or the nails with my hands. But apparently there's a screwdriver right here, so I guess yep. Yep, this doesn't seem dangerous. Well, I did say I want occult knowledge. Let's go! How is this possible? Picked up, you'll regret it, you'll regret it, you'll regret it, you'll regret it, you'll regret it. Something is wrong. Oh, you don't say. I mean, I need to leave now. Well, you did just pick up a mysterious book that was, like, flashing through a bunch of... Something tells me that that staircase is just gonna disappear. Something is scratching its way into my head.
Your mind is small. Your mind is fragile. A tiny fissure here, a little force there. No more, Bernard. We could make you a shambling husk, make you walk these halls forever. But we see your curiosity, your potential. We have something more in mind for you. We think you like it.
Thank you for visiting our library. Place forbidden.